Hello, everyone. It's Jerry at the Fledge, and welcome to another episode of Every Damn Day. Happening outside the Fledge right now is we've got a mobile recovery booth. We've got a couple, not a couple, but maybe 5 organizations that help in the recovery journey. We're serving hot dogs and hamburgers, kind of grilling out, and we've got drinks and whatnot. Come on down and learn about substance use and addiction and how to help, or how to get help. So it affects everybody. So get in there if you can. Now, I'm going to jump real quick to my guest, which will become evident immediately. But I'd like to welcome our new friend, Drew, to the show. How you doing, Drew?
Hello. Yeah. Doing great. So, on the road, driving. And
where are you going?
Relaxing. Nice day. It's beautiful.
Yeah. You're off to Cleveland, huh?
Yeah, I'm driving down to Cleveland. We're getting ready to roast some coffee tonight with Big Shirley.
And you've got your partner in crime, I guess, next to you, helping you videotape and make sure you stay safe, right?
That's correct. The lovely Karina.
All right. Well, thank you very much for helping out. Did you say Trevina?
Karina.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Let's jump into you. Where were you born and raised?
I was born and raised in Metro Detroit, Rochester Hills. I grew up there for 18 years, and it was good. It was comfortable. And I played a lot of sports. Did my school, and I went up to MSU. Spent some time at MSU, and I acquired a master's in public policy. And from there, I basically moved into Lansing with some friends, with our eyes and our hearts set on some community. Working towards some activism. And I found myself working in the food industry and the local food scene of Lansing. And it's been we find me today.
Yeah. So let's jump into what kind of activism were you getting into or interested in?
Oh, I apologize. And ask what kind of activism?
Yes.
Well, there were 6 of us in one house at the time. People who kind of came, but there was different visions from different people, different passions that people do. There was definitely a support towards food. There was support towards the political scene and indigenous rights and sovereignties. And various discriminations. And now I'm pressed.
So you're driving to Cleveland, you told me, because you're going to roast. Let's jump into that a little bit. Tell us about you roasting and why you're roasting and who you work for and all of that, and the company, the truck you have.
And what's the last part?
And your truck.
Yeah, so I started roasting coffee with Rustbelt Roastery 5 years ago. I worked for Paul and Emily Nichols. Paul has a lifetime worth of roasting coffee and passion behind it. And they were able to acquire an antique roaster that's it's 3,500 pounds of cast iron. Call her Big Shirley, and she has a wood fire box that we use to smoke the coffee. We particularly like hickory wood. We source it locally around the Cleveland area. We sourced it from Lansing when we were here. And it burns hot, gives the coffee a nice, rich flavor. It's smooth, it's delicious, and it's strong. So they really have it going on, and I fell in love with it right away. Being able to work and cook with wood and wood fire was just an elemental art at the time. I mean, I was just scratching the surface, but it's really helped me hone my senses, and it's a meditation. And I'm also very proud that the product we source and it's an international product, but it goes towards people who are working to improve their land and their community, and it's good for the economy. So it's I've been just really blessed and happy to be there, and I've just learned a lot from the process. Paul and his family, they've got 2 little kids that they're raising, so it's just a real nice close to home operation.
Yeah. I've seen, I used to be in the compliance world where, like, let's say sustainable forestry and all of that was just getting popular. And now you can get certifications for it and whatnot. There's certification for that in coffee, right?
Yeah, so we have products that we primarily source fair trade and organic coffees. I believe in those labels and trying to guide the market and our ideals in a helpful way. They can be deceiving though. We have the Mullen coffee. That's pretty much our pride and joy, and it comes from Santa Anita community who formed after the civil wars in Guatemala. They had their land taken away, and they have the opportunity to have the land granted back to them, and they're working to pay it off with the coffee. And it's not even a fair system, but they can't pay for the organic fair trade labels, but they do everything in a biodiverse agroforestry manner. There's a documentary called Voice of a Mountain. I would encourage people to watch it. It's very moving and insightful.
Voice of a Mountain. I'll push that.
So it's a complex. It's very complex, But we just try to ride the current and make an impact, where we can. So yeah, then I've been roasting. I very early on acquired a box truck that I turned into a coffee truck, and for me it's been an experiment in capitalism. Working with an international product. I mean, it's a little bit different, but I feel like I have had the opportunities to just open my business up in a cooperative way, and so I've tried to play with that and experiment with that, and yeah, it's been about 4 years now. It's transforming as we speak, and yeah, I'm just grateful for all the people that I've been able to meet through it and the farmers markets, and the relationships that I've built with people and I've learned about with people that give me a lot of insight into the city and people's lives and how we live.
Yeah. Well, first of all, where can we find out, like, where your truck is? If we want to come get a cup of coffee from you, how do we do that?
Yeah, I primarily have been vending through the farmers markets, on Street and Meridian Market. We did East Lansing for a while, but I'm a little bit in between situations right now. You could. I also serve my coffee at restaurants around town. But to be honest with you, I'm in a little bit of a I'm in a little bit of a mix right now. See, the roastery started in Lansing. It moved to Cleveland about a year and a half ago, and it was right at the start of the pandemic. And we're lucky enough to make it through, and we're doing all right. We we had our roaster move, but we were still operating out of our Lansing facility. Well, basically, time has come to pass, and there was some confusion about getting an inspection. They said they weren't doing inspections for a while, and then we had to apply for one that apparently was never received. So, long story short, this past February, I got a notice on my door that I'm not using a licensed facility, that I'm basically operating illegally, and that I need to cease my operation. And I was not contacted, and we were not contacted, or anyways, it's been a lot of drama. But it's something I've been doing for a long time. I haven't changed anything that I'm doing. And, it just, we basically lost our license. And I was left without a place to continue my operation and the ability to really even apply for a new one. So I've been kind of evaluating my options. I'm considering what to do. I mean, I'd like it. I'm working on a licensed facility, but my truck is licensed, but I need a place to work on it. And right now, I'm just in a little bit of a rut, and we'll see what happens. I'm very passionate about food. I want to do some things. I'm not doing anything complicated. It's just water and coffee.
Yeah, and so you were. Is this a place you would serve out of? Is that what you're trying to do? That's what lost its license?
I think so, like I said, restaurants have used the coffee. It does really well. And I have ambitions, to bring something to the food scene. Like I said, I'm really passionate about wood-fired cooking. It's not always the most economical, but I believe in slow food. The slower it's cooked, the better. In a lot of ways, and I don't know I'm not trying to start anything or get into anything too crazy. I just feel that our health regulations have strayed a little bit.
Yeah.
And so.
I wouldn't mind talking to you about that. Maybe more offline. Maybe when you come back in town or something. So we'll skip over that part for a minute. And when you filled out the form for the show, you talked about you want to get back to a rustic living. What do you mean? Or rustic traditions, sorry, was your exact phrase. What do you mean by that? And I think the fire. Yeah.
Returning to rustic traditions. Well, I think that we have a very complicated system. We're trying to find a one-size-fits-all solution. We may find something, but I believe that our bodies start from the land, and every piece of this earth geographically is unique. And so I don't think that we're nourishing our bodies with this whole of this land. And that's just my opinion on the root of a lot of disease.
Yeah.
But I think our forests are extremely important, and I'm not really sure that we're managing them to the best of our ability. I think do a lot more with their land if they join together, if they cooperating with each other instead of segmenting off each. Um, uh, you know, it's just there's things that are possible, but we need it for forest. We need it for shade. We need it for water retention, nutrient retention. We need it for microbes, the insects.
Yeah.
We need it for the air, to clear the earth and to breathe.
Yeah. So,
So
when you really, I mean, you hit a soft spot with me because I want to go back to those rustic traditions too. I think there's too much consumerism. There's too much ordering from Amazon. There's too much just sitting there and watching TV and not enjoying this world. Stuff or
and it's not a problem. It's not a problem that we have gotten to the point of this much connectivity, but it's we're going to fry ourselves out.
yeah.
So we can balance, I think.
Yeah.
And with what I see with the rustic traditions, one of my roots and core strengths is yoga. I've practiced and studied yoga for about 7 years now. And it goes to one of the questions of what I do every damn day is I try to practice and attend to aspects of life. Um, I'm trained in Ashtanga yoga, which is 8-limbed or 8-aspect yoga. So morals and your social life, your personal life. There's eating well. There's exercising your body and making it limber. There's exercising your breath and allowing it to be smooth and full. Basically, sense withdrawal, which is focusing on the inner self, and that's where your balance point is. Not in the senses and its objects that we consume. And then there's the mind or place of concentration, contemplation, and of meditation.
Have you jumped right into the question I was going to ask you, so thank you for doing that because that was perfect timing. Have you ever been to one of these sensory deprivation booths in Lansing?
Not yet. The saunas are nice, but Karina actually got me for Christmas a certificate to deprivations chamber, and I have been waiting for the first time.
Yeah.
I also combine my yoga practice with fungus of various types, and they increase my tissue flexibility and strength. And some of the magic ones in particular have led me to spend 8, 10, 12 hours at a time in a dark room, just laid out, allowing my spine to decompress, letting all the knots get out, and attempting to levitate. Now, I haven't actually done that, but it's amazing. The body does float.
I'm very fungi friendly, all kinds of friendliness here. And I had a similar experience, but I was in the woods up on Drummond Island the Saturday before before Father's Day. So my daughter and I went out in the woods and did that. So it was awesome. So, what do you do? So yesterday on the show, I had a woman in recovery. Her name is Kat. She's starting a nonprofit to help people in recovery. Her question for you is, what are you doing to help the community? But I also think you kind of answered that in a whole bunch of ways already.
Yeah, man. It's it's been a little bit of a bizarre experience, I would say, actually trying to own and operate a business. Kind of been on my own for a while, and set up to my own, guidance or purview what I do. And so the question has definitely been deeply on my mind. And I've, in the early stages of my business, I really took to trying to have a strong plan and be prepared. And what do I need? What do I need? In order to make this thing go. And oftentimes I found that I got in my own way. I would get frustrated if something didn't go according to plan. And I've had a lot of people come up to me, and talk to me. It's one of the skills that I guess I possess is listen. And people have come up to me and asked for all sorts of different things, and I'm just trying to be patient and try to give.
We're having a small technical breakup. Yeah.
I need to get done an agenda, but I need to set aside and do my thing so it happens appropriately. But in the day-to-day, things come up, and oftentimes when I follow those things, even though they might frustrate me in the moment, I find that they lead me to the solution that I was looking for anyway, and oftentimes in a surprisingly beneficial manner.
I love this answer, and sorry everyone that it's breaking up, but the hustle doesn't stop. That's why this show is called Every Damn Day. And you got to drive to Cleveland, and you were kind enough to still do the show with me, so thank you for that. And I like what you're saying there. I mean, just sticking to your mission makes our community stronger, because if you're stronger, then the web itself gets stronger. And a lot of starting entrepreneurs, they want to give out 10% of their revenue to some nonprofit or whatever immediately. And I like how you're looking at the landscape and taking it, one person, 1 hour at a time,
So it's, I love it, and I love Lansing. I love the community, and I want all the best for it. So I wish everybody well, and take care.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me on, Jay.
Yeah, are you ready to get off? I got a couple more things.
Oh no, not quite yet. Yeah,
okay, all right. Yesterday when I said that you were going to be the guest today on the show, a bunch of people put in the comments, "We love Drew. We love Drew. Drew's a great guy." So I'm happy to have you on too. But 2 more things, and then we'll be done. Did you think of the question for the guest tomorrow?
Sorry.
Were you able to?
Can you repeat the question?
I'm asking if he has a question yet for the guest tomorrow.
Yeah. My question is, what do you see in a piece of land?
What do you see in what? The future of Lansing? Yeah, let me throw that question back at you. What do you see in the future of Lansing?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we might be breaking up too much. It's okay. We're back now. I was asking you the same question that you asked.
My question is, what do you see in a piece of land?
He's asking
In a piece of land.
Same question. Oh,
yeah.
it's me the same. Oh, man. I see a lot of trauma. Um, both plant and animal and soil.
Yeah.
I see different types of land, different sizes of land, and I see that sort of endless separation of it.
Yeah.
I see a lot of bounty and rebound and persistence through ridiculous pressure. So I have great faith in the land.
Yeah, I just got a piece of property on the south side donated to us to the Fledge Foundation, and it's got grass on it, and I see a layer of chemicals that has been put there for years, probably. I can't wait to tear that grass out and just get my hands in that dirt and try to regenerate as much as we can. But
you know, you can do it.
Yeah.
You know, so just protecting a tender flame. You know, just guarding the flame.
Yeah, I love that metaphor right there. I love that metaphor. Happiness, sadness, joy, or hope. Which word would you like to talk about?
Happiest or saddest moment?
No, happiness or sadness or joy or hope. Which word would you like to talk about?
Oh, which word? Happiness.
So, what is happiness to you?
Repeat the question. Can you repeat the question?
What is happiness to you?
Happiness is a feeling of elatedness, of bliss, and I find that it comes from the fulfillment of meaning and purpose. Happiness is a funny term, you know. We have the right to pursue happiness, and yeah, man, there's so much material in this world. There's so many answers to that question, and I'm like, it hurts me to see that there's so little of happiness in the world. It's like it's been crazy for everybody the last few years, or for a while now. But you know, I think that happiness it's never lost. You know, it lives on in a lot of forms, and the realm of ideas is, I think, living and active in all of us with unconscious material that we're not aware of. It's active, and
I'll have to say that is one of my most favorite answers to that question. First of all, you hit spot on. The pursuit of happiness is why I chose that word to include in the words. And you and I should hang out a little bit and talk a little bit more, because I think you and I would connect pretty well. So, thank you for, taking a little bit of risk, because you've got to pay attention to the road and you're doing my show. And yeah, we're a little choppy here and there, but I think we all get the gist. And I understand why everyone's saying we love Drew, because I love the way you're thinking and what you're talking about. So, we'll catch up again sometime. I love your question. What do you see in a piece of land is just a badass question. I really like it. might even add it. I might just add that randomly to a bunch of show. What's left? So you were show 293. I'm down to 72 left. So thank you for keeping the streak alive by doing this. And what would you like to take us out with?
Well, yeah, man, just be happy, be medicine. Music, reggae is really treated me to a lot of medicine, and I gotta give thanks again to the coffee. That blessed me. I want to share it with everybody. So find your Rustbelt Roastery coffee around, and yeah, peace, blessings, respect. Let's look each other in the eye.
All right, man. Thank you so very much for being on the show, everyone. Every damn day at 2 p.m. Don't forget, we got open mic tomorrow night with the hip hop and the producers. We've got Fledge's Freedom Fest all weekend with Power and Passion's Returning Citizen Resource Fair on Monday as well. So check us out on Facebook or thefledge.com or however you find us. And Drew, thank you so very much. And that's it. Stick with me for